Good morning. I was getting ready to do this little project and I thought, let's record it and see what happens. I'm not sure how it's going to come out or if it's going to be worthy, but you got to try, right? So I'm going to set up here and show you what I'm doing, but hang on. So when we moved in here, there was a lot of stuff left behind. And down in the basement were these. And if you don't know what they are, well, I don't either. But I'm pretty sure they're from an old doorbell. The kind that used to hang on a recess in the wall. It fits the time period and they... pretty cool. I've been wondering what to do with them forever. They have a little loop on them. I'm going to try to make some weird wind chime out of it. Don't know how that's going to work out. But I'm bored today. Well, actually, I'm avoiding things I should be doing, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna cut those two pieces out, just probably on the bandsaw. I don't know if I need to do much more than that, well, other than sand them up. We'll see. Again, we're roughing it, we're winging it. I'll probably post it no matter how it turns out, and then we can laugh about how I didn't really think it through very much, but I'm good at that. It's fun. So let's go cut it out and we'll be right back. So here's the part that I haven't really thought through very well. Each one of these are a different length, therefore a different weight. 692 grams, 595 grams, and 572 grams. So if I just make a circle and hang them, it's not gonna lay, it's not gonna be at level. So like, well, I could move some farther out from and that just got too. So anyway, I brought out the scale and I weighed them, and I'm thinking I can just make up the difference with the weight of screws. Does that make sense? So maybe from underneath where you really won't see, well, I guess above because it's gonna be hanging, add screws into the wood or something to get the weight. I wonder how they do this normally. It can't be that difficult. Anyway, add something to balance out the weight. It's just going to be in the backyard if it works out. So not the end of the world if it's not perfect, but just curious. That's where I'm stuck at right now. Let me do some figuring and we'll go from there. All right. So this is 3 days later after I started recording my wind chime. Well, the things you don't see, I'm going to show you. So I made this, and I'm thinking, well, hang one here. I got 3 holes drilled, but how do I attach weight to balance it? And I'm beating my head off the day I filmed the last one, and then I put it aside. I went and did some other things I had to get done. And all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, why am I going up the center with 3 different weighted tubes? I'm gonna go here, here, and here, and each one will be supported individually. So I was gonna try and do this just with scrap, but I went out and I got some fishing line, ball swivels, and some barrel swivels. So I am going to get these cleaned up and a coat of paint on them, and then we can move forward from there. But you know, it doesn't just happen all in 15 minutes. Okay, mine usually do. This one's been a little longer. We're at the new table. I'm sitting on the chair, not back over there, and I gotta say, it's working for me. Okay, I gotta get this done because tomorrow I gotta do a repair on my wife's car, and I'm not gonna film that because I don't like that kind of language on the internet. So you're gonna miss out. All right, right back. Okay, so I went ahead and chucked this one up on the lathe. I wanted it a little narrower, and it was pretty rustic. So I chucked it up on the lathe. Just give it a quick clean up. Again, it's just gonna be painted, but I think it'll ding, ding, ding a little better. So I didn't film that because I didn't know how well that was gonna work. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck this one up on the lathe, give it a quick cleanup, and I'll try and record it so you can just see how much fun that is. Again, no lathe judging, because, yeah. Would you look at that? A thing of beauty. It'll work. Again, it's going out in the yard. But no, it came out a lot nicer with just a few minutes on the lathe, getting it cleaned up. So we'll go from there. Hey, welcome. We're in the house. Glad to have you over. So it's cold out. The paint's drying on the other parts. Ooh, so I thought I would come in and show you my plan. I am hanging fishing line from the ring using swivels. One is going to go to each of the chimes. One's going to go down the middle to the bong bonger. So I got 3 of them done, but I thought, well, I'll attempt to show you how I tied them. And I haven't been a fisherman in at least 30 years. So if you are, don't laugh, forgive me. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up through the swivel and we're going to pull a good chunk. I have way more line than I need. We're going to put our finger in and we're going to make loops. So we're going to go around 5 times. 1, 2, 3. That's really a class. 4, 5 times. And then we're going to take the line and run it up through that finger hole we made. Okay, and now we have a new loop. We're going to bring it back through that loop. Then we're going to put the whole damn thing and kind of slide it down. And if I spit on it, it'd probably be a lot easier, but I'm just not going to do that at my table. My wife would kill me. And we're going to end up with not the prettiest. Okay, hang on. Let me clean it up. Like I told you, I haven't tied a fishing lure or a swivel in 30 years, but it's a knot. It doesn't show well. Probably bad for the best. And a couple of them I did came out cleaner. And a couple of them came out just as... But the point is, it's going to work. And then we'll trim off our tail. Boop. Then these are going to hang down. I'm going to get them all bunched together here. I promise, someday. How y'all doing today? It's been a crazy week for me. So I wonder if it's a crazy week for you too. The crazy weeks help make the regular weeks seem like better weeks. And the better weeks and the better weeks make the good weeks seem like great weeks. Anyway, I got this aluminum D-ring cheap thing that's going to hang. And now all my strings. So we're going to wait for the wood to dry a little more. Maybe we'll bring it inside. It's kind of nice working inside. It's cold out. And these will all go out, tie on, and keep our block level. Then we'll hang anyway. That's what we're doing. Oh, and I've been cutting these this long. So you can't see. So that's about 6 foot. Again, I didn't realize that. I think I bought 250 yards of fishing line. Morning. Brief intermission. I had a late start today. I did get the paint to dry, and I used up paint and made it look like it's meant to be some star pattern. I don't know. Pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm going to start assembling it. But I wanted to ask you all. My wife's car had a little oil leak, which I haven't had. New cars don't do that. This one did. And I found out it was at the drain plug. She got the oil changed by the manufacturer back in October, so that didn't make sense. But anyway, got a new drain plug, got a new gasket, plastic. And I thought, well, I wanted a copper one. They don't have them. But this is what came off of it. It's literally a punched like you can feel the edges, a punched piece of metal with some rubber spray paint on it. I don't know. You can Google them, and I thought, well, this isn't even but it is. It is a drain plug gasket. No way it could be used twice, like, the old copper you could get away with a couple of times. Side note, don't want to dwell on it, but just because you get service done by the right people, make sure you check. We just happened to have a clean garage now, and when we backed out one day, I happened to see there was a little puddle, and ba-ding! So it's all fixed. It's out front. I'll test it again later, and for now, I'm going to try and do some threading. I really should be more proactive and turn that off earlier. The top, I didn't have enough of any paint, so the top is different, but you won't see the top. It's going to hang high. So this will be my center one that's going to go bing, bing, bing. But here's the genius part, I think. These are going to go through the corners and each one be tied to hold the weight of its specific clacky thing. Ooh, I probably need to clean those holes out since I painted. Well, yeah, but not yet. This fishing line used to be a lot thicker. They used to make it easier to see. When I was younger, I think they changed the formula because it's harder to see the fishing line nowadays. Huh. Progress, I guess. Found my winter hat. I mean, I like my wool hats, but working under the car, this is the hat, and you can't change hats midday. I didn't even wear hats ever until I retired, actually. No, right at the end of my working career, I started wearing a warm hat in the winter. I was getting old. I just made a complete mess of that. Not really. So I'm not going to record the whole thing. I like spending time with y'all. But, so they're all through. So I'll hang it up, and then I'll figure how I want to tie each one off so that it stays level. And then we'll come back and I got some the snap swivels. I think I'm going to use that on the actual dong, 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 dongs. the doorbell chimes. And we'll go from there. So take a break. Go get some coffee. I'll meet you back here. Okay. Hopefully you can see what we got going on here. It's hanging kind of high. Got my tripod coming down to the top disc and almost level. Strung each one down and I put the swivels on, but I left the leftovers just in case. So now, with your help, I'm going to do it over here so it's not above the bench. Watch, for you. We're going to try and hang the dong dong dongs. It's got to be a better word. Chimes. All right. I guess we'll start with the shortest. I'm a little worried because the chimes have nylon loops in the top of them that I'm hooking to. I don't know how long they're going to last in the weather, but I don't know how long this thing's going to last anyway. That's one. In theory, this is just all going to come together now. Well, this phase. And there's two. Don't laugh. I know I'm going to have to adjust it. Here comes Big Bad Pajama. Number 3. Oh, not so bad yet. It's taller. Oh, yeah, that one's kind of a little questionable as to its life expectancy. Yeah, but aren't we all? Oh, of course, this one, the hook is messed up. So that makes for smooth video. Hang on. Oh, don't give it away. Ah, gee whiz. Okay, in. Okay, look at that. They are all, I'm not mad at it. That's gonna be a little harsh, but now I'll put this in the middle and hang it, and it should do this. Oh, magic. Not sure. I think I'm gonna put something under it and tie a knot to it to keep it in place. So give me a minute. Again, I don't want to waste your time. I'll be right back. Dig this. Ready? Okay. My neighbors are gonna hate me. Now, I'm supposed to put a little wind catcher, and in my cleaning of my garage, which I did all for you guys and gals, I have this piece of copper I found. I don't remember where. I'm gonna see if I can cut something out of it, and I'll be right, and then we'll make a hangy thing to do the boom, boom, wind. We'll do that together. So hang on. Okay. So off camera, which is where I look best, by the way, I cut this with a pair of scissors, actually. I don't know where my snips went. Drill a little hole in it, wind catcher. I'm gonna try and model it a little bit. Model. That word. Just because I want to use my custom-made, oh, this is so anti-climate. Anvil. I don't know if this is gonna work. Hang on. Yeah, it's gonna give it a little distress, and I definitely won't do that all on camera. I have a really cool little ball peen hammer that I refurbished, and I made an ash handle for, and it's beautiful. And I can't find it. It's in the house somewhere, but I will, and I'll show you. So this one was my dad's. Ironically, this copper sheet came from stuff I had left from my dad. He used to build model ships from scratch. They were absolutely crazy stunning. And he used to use this sheet copper for something. So I have some of it left. So kind of cool that we get to incorporate that. But anyway, not gonna bang in your ear. Be right back again. Okay, I modeled it up with the ball peen. I don't think that's gonna show real well. Yeah, not bad. And then I went over it with some real quick with some steel wool, and I bent it so that it would, I don't know, catch the wind different. Wouldn't be so wide where it banged into the pipes them by itself, and put a hook on it with a little piece of copper wire. I'm gonna attach it to that and call it done, and then I will hang it up and invite you into my yard again to check it out. Boom, outside. Danny's done with me. And there she is in all her glory. Hang on. Far be it for me to not let the dog in. Let's do this. That's going to be horrible on video, I think. It's not too bad if the wind's not too strong. Anyway, that's kind of anticlimactic, wasn't it? Frost on the ground and chimes in the air. And it seems to be it's going to work. I'm going to go show my wife, and she won't let me record her, I don't think. So I'll see you in a bit.